Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dice House from the DCUO commentary. I'm bringing this video here today. First off, I want to preamble it by saying this is just a friendly little scrimmage thing. I called out like three of my league mates, three of the guys in my league. They were grouped up, and I was like, you know what, let's do this. Let's have 3v1. Take you guys on one at a time in here. No nodes or anything like that, and we'll just see who comes out on top in the end. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun and all that. In here with them and everything. It was a good time was had. Good time was had by all. But I wanted to really bring this video here to talk to you guys about the whole discussion. I see it on the forums all the time. People talking about keep your PVE out of, get the PVE out of my PvP. And while I see all sides of the discussion in that. I mean, I see the side of the devs, that the reason why they made the changes they did. I see the sides of the the hardcore PvPers, like myself. I mean, granted, I'm not as hardcore as the really hardcore are, but I mean, I do love the PvP still. I do love to get in the mix of it. I don't get into it as much as I used to, which is a shame, and something I'd very much like to correct very soon. But it's I see their point. I see their point of view. I also see the point of view of the people who like the stuff like the home turf. They like being able to use PVE rings for DPSing and stuff like that, or healing or whatever, what have you. I see all sides of it because honestly, I mean, I'm one of those too. I like being able to use some of this home turf stuff. To me, honestly, I mean, there's certain things that to look at it and from one side. All right, for one, as far as the perspective from the devs, none of us really know exactly what the devs have planned specifically. I mean, they do talk to us and all that, and I've had a chance to speak with several of them openly about a lot of these things. But at the same time, though, it's they can't reveal everything to us. Exactly everything they have planned and what they're going to do with in regards to PvP. But to sit there and say these guys don't care about PvP is ludicrous. I mean, like I said, I've had conversations with these guys. I've sat in on panels with them at SOE Live. I know these guys really do care about PvP. In regards to the hardcore folk, all right, the hardcore folks saying PvP was better when it was I think prior to believe it was update 17 or something like that. I think was when the immunities were introduced and everything. That and they took out a lot of the crits in arenas and stuff like that. I mean, I see once again. I see. You have to, you see the reason why the devs did it. I mean, because honestly, I mean, as fun as it was for all of us to go in there and one shot people, the game was at a stage where you couldn't exactly queue in against somebody that was equally skilled to you at the time. It was set up to where you queued into a match and you basically went up against whoever was there. So to sit there and say that them taking the crits out and the one shots out was a bad move, honestly, I don't think it was really that bad of a move, because like I said, I mean, it was fun, but at the same time, folks, I mean, seriously, how fun was it going in there and just one shotting these guys? I mean, I know of one guy in particular. His name was that played the game. My DPS was better. Posted a video up of him with his league going into a fives match. All right. and they took their weapons off, and was beating up on pugs. At least I think it was pugs. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the video. One of which I thought, when I first saw it, I thought it was a bit ridiculous, and kind of a assholeish thing to do, that. But at the same time, I listened to the commentary he made on that, and I understood his point. The point he was trying to get across with his commentary. He was telling them, we need something needed to be done. All right. Well, that was the thing that they did. To make things a little bit more even for everybody involved. They took a lot out. The big one-shotters in there, and honestly, I think it was a smart step. Yeah, it slowed matches down considerably. It did. It really did. But that's when we just need to adjust our play styles, and that's basically what I'm getting down to. The point of all this, why I'm making this video and I'm talking about this, is that yeah, we miss the old days. The devs miss the old days. They've even said so. Tunso himself said so at the PvP panel at SOE Live. They miss the old days too. But at the same time, they got to take into consideration not just the veterans, but they got to take into consideration the new players. And going into PvP and getting raffle stomped all the time isn't something that a new player is going to want to do, simply because that's not fun. That's not fun. But yeah, I do agree that people need to earn the their way in. So how exactly do we work that out though, in regards to keeping things even as far as skill and gear is concerned, that. Well, they introduced the ranking system, the matchmaking system with the rankings and everything like that. And the best way to do that, to figure out exactly who you're more suited to be queuing up against, is by queuing into actual matches. The scrimmages are there for us to have fun in, and for us to arrange matches and all that. But if you want to go out there and find out, see, who might be new and who might be different and who might be, there to, who might be up and coming, you might want to introduce them to some scrimmage matches and everything. Then you definitely want to queue into those matches and all that. You'd be surprised who you run into and all that, and how some of the good players that are out there that just aren't known simply because they don't have a YouTube channel, or because they aren't in a circle, a set circle of players, as everybody else is. So that's one way of doing it. But to sit here and say that the PvP has been ruined. It hasn't been ruined. It's just the way that you liked it, the way that you preferred to play it, has just been changed. The only thing you can do, if you truly love this game and all that, and honestly, this has got some of the best action-packed, combat system in the game, or in a game I've played in a while. I don't really play fighter games that much. It's been a long time since I have, but I love the fighting, the PvP in this game. Even with all the adaptions and changes that have been made and everything like that, it's a lot of fun to me. It's a lot of fun to me. But that's what we need to do. We need to adapt our play styles. We don't. Because the devs are going to make changes they feel are necessary. They may bounce ideas off of us to see what we would like and everything like that, and they'll take our ideas into consideration and everything. But at the end of the day, they need to think about not just the 100 or so people that are on the forums, or people sending in feedback to them. They need to take into consideration the millions of people that are playing this game. So their decisions, are more than likely never going to, really always, 100% of the time mesh with, what we want in the game, what we would like to see in the game. I've been screaming for an Owen Science Cells, map for 2 years, for crying out loud, and we still haven't seen it. But at the same time, like I was saying though, you need to we need to adapt our play styles. I was like, so it's like with Olympus. Okay, the first Olympus event that we put on. Okay, we had it set up to where the 4v4s. Okay, which was a which took everybody out of their element of the 5v5s that they were used to doing for competitive PvP. So we said let's do 4v4s, and let's use the home turf stuff. Let's use the supply drops, the sidekicks, backup, whatever you want to use. Let's make those available. That way, it opened it up, and it opened these guys up to new possibilities, within PvP, new types of setups and everything like that. And that's what we're doing something different with the second Olympus event. All right, the second Olympus event, we're bringing back the 4v4 arenas, of course, and all that, because you gotta have arenas, you gotta have competitive arenas. All right, in competitive PvP, they've got to be there. All right, but we brought back the 4v4, but this time we're making it bare bones. All right, and by bare bones, I mean there's like no home turf stuffs allowed outside of the tactical mods, because I'm not going to try and make anybody get a new set of gear for it. But the tactical mods is the only thing from home turf that are allowed. So there's no backup, no supply drop, no sidekicks, no orbital strikes if you want to run those, or anything like that. But the other thing we're doing is no utility belts too. All right, so we're kind of taking it back a step, back to where PvP used to be, but we're doing it in a 4v4 format and all that, just to see exactly where everybody's at. That is what that is like my main goal with arenas. For Olympus, all right, it's to get everybody to basically adjust their play style, adjust how they play the game, and maybe some of these guys, and I'm hoping, because everybody seemed to like the previous Olympus event. That's, so they're starting to, maybe come around to some of these, changes and everything like that. And I'm talking a little trash to those guys because they tried ganging up on me. But, adapting our play styles to the changing environment. That's the main way that you survive and stay competitive. In other sports too, things changed all the time. That NFL. Rules changed all the time. Throughout the decades. Baseball rules changed. That people adapted to those rules, those changing rules and all that. And you have to do that in order to stay competitive. So instead of trying to hold on to the past and try and fight to get it back, we're all better off just trying to learn and adapt to the present, and then giving our input on what we would like to see for the future. Doing that is a far more productive way of spending our time as a community, as a PvP community, than railing against the developers, or other people, to put things back to the way they were, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The immunities are going to be in the game. All right. Will they ever introduce a play mode where there is no PvE or anything like that? It's possible, but my opinion on that, it's not something they need to be concentrating on. Not because of the simple fact that we have the scrimmage mode in the game. If you want to set up certain rules, like we're doing with Olympus, set up certain rules for how a match is going to be played out. You don't want any home turf stuff in there? Fine. You arrange that with the person you're scrimmaging with, and you guys agree to it. You go in, you don't use any home turf. You guys don't want to use utility belts. Fine. You go in there, you talk to your opponent, you set up your match, and you agree. No utility belts. It's that simple, folks. It's that simple. I've done it with Olympus once before. All right, I'm fixing to do it again with Olympus. All right, if you guys don't know anything about Olympus, a link for the Olympus site is in the description below. All right, I highly encourage you, if you guys like doing any kind of PvP, we're not just doing arenas either. We're doing the 4v4 legends, and we're doing 2v2 legends as well. But if you guys like PvP in any form whatsoever, all right, and you guys think you got what it takes to step up into the ring with some of the big boys out there, then please, by all means, come and sign up. Bring a team and sign up for it, because I think you guys are going to end up having a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of the people that participated in the last event had a blast and all that, and we got to have the finals on FNL on Friday Night Legends with Jens and Meps, and who knows? Hopefully, maybe we'll be able to do the same thing for the next one. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. I'm also going to have a discussion on this on the Kingdom Come site as well, on the forums there. So make sure you guys check out that site as well. Link is also in the description. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do so by giving it a thumbs up. And if you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe. Until next time, you guys all take care. Bye. Yeah, I said I'd won that.